Neapolitan Pizza. Raffaele Esposito introduced this style in Naples, Italy in 1889. This thin crust pizza features a soft, pillowy edge with minimal toppings and sauce made from San Marzano tomatoes. The dough ferments slowly and cooks at extremely high temperatures in wood-fired ovens, creating distinctive charred spots called leoparding. True Neapolitan pizza follows strict guidelines set by the Associazione Verace Pizza Napoletana, including specific flour types and cooking methods. Margherita Pizza. Raffaele Esposito created this iconic variety in 1889 to honor Queen Margherita of Savoy during her visit to Naples. The pizza displays the colors of the Italian flag through red tomatoes, white mozzarella, and green basil leaves. This combination became the template for modern pizza and represents the purest form of the dish. The simplicity allows each ingredient's quality to shine through. Sicilian Pizza. This thick crust style originated in Sicily during the 19th century, brought to America by Sicilian immigrants in the early 1900s. The rectangular pizza sits in a well-oiled pan, creating a crispy bottom while maintaining a soft, airy interior. Traditional Sicilian pizza often features a robust tomato sauce on top of the cheese, along with anchovies, onions, and herbs. The thick crust can support heavier toppings than its thin crust cousins. Chicago deep dish pizza. Ike Sewell and Rick Ricardo developed this style at Pizzeria Uno in Chicago in 1943. The pizza resembles more of a pie with a thick, buttery crust that forms high walls around the edges. Cheese goes directly on the crust, followed by toppings, then a chunky tomato sauce on top. This reverse layering prevents the cheese from burning during the longer cooking time required for the thick crust. New York-style pizza. Italian immigrants adapted their traditional recipes to American ingredients and ovens in New York during the early 1900s. This large, thin pizza features a flexible crust that can be folded in half for eating. The sauce tends to be less sweet than other American styles, and the cheese is typically low-moisture mozzarella. Coal and gas ovens cook these pizzas at lower temperatures than Neapolitan ovens, but higher than most home ovens. Detroit-style pizza. Gus Guerra created this rectangular pizza at Buddy's restaurant in Detroit in 1946. The pizza uses a focaccia-like dough baked in blue steel automotive parts pans, which were readily available in the Motor City. Cheese spreads to the very edges, creating caramelized, crispy edges called frico. The sauce traditionally goes on top after baking, and pepperoni often cups and chars slightly due to the pan's heat distribution. Roman pizza. This style emerged in Rome during the mid-20th century as a contrast to Neapolitan pizza. Roman pizza features an extremely thin, crispy crust that shatters when bitten. The minimal toppings and light sauce allow the crust's texture to dominate the eating experience. Bakers roll the dough very thin and cook it at moderate temperatures, creating a cracker-like base that differs significantly from Naples's soft approach. Greek pizza. Greek immigrants in New England developed this style during the 1960s, using ingredients familiar to their heritage. The pizza features a thick, chewy crust cooked in well-oiled pans, similar to focaccia bread. Greek pizza often includes feta cheese, olives, and oregano, along with a tangier tomato sauce than typical American pizzas. The crust's oil content creates a distinctive texture and flavor profile. California-style pizza. Ed Ledoux and chefs like Wolfgang Puck popularized this style in the 1980s at restaurants like Spago in Beverly Hills. California pizza emphasizes fresh, local ingredients and non-traditional toppings like smoked salmon, goat cheese, and arugula. The thin crust serves as a canvas for creative combinations that often reflect California's agricultural abundance and culinary innovation. This style helped establish pizza as a gourmet food rather than just casual dining. Hawaiian pizza. Sam Panopoulos invented this controversial pizza in 1962 at his restaurant in Ontario, Canada. The combination of pineapple and ham on pizza sparked debates about appropriate toppings that continue today. The sweet pineapple contrasts with salty ham and cheese, creating a flavor profile that divides pizza enthusiasts. Despite controversy, controversy, Hawaiian pizza remains popular worldwide and demonstrated how pizza could adapt to local tastes and ingredients. Pepperoni pizza. This American creation emerged in the early 20th century when Italian-American butchers developed pepperoni as a spiced sausage. The thin slices of cured meat curl and release oils when heated, creating the characteristic cups and slightly charred edges. Pepperoni became America's most popular pizza topping and represents the evolution of Italian cuisine in American kitchens. The sausage's spices complement tomato sauce and mozzarella cheese perfectly. White pizza. Italian bakers developed pizza bianca in Rome and other regions as an alternative to tomato-based pizzas, predating the introduction of tomatoes to Europe. This style eliminates tomato sauce entirely, instead using olive oil, garlic, and herbs as the base. Fresh ricotta, mozzarella, and sometimes Parmesan cheese create the primary flavor profile. The absence of acidic tomatoes allows the cheese and garlic flavors to dominate, while olive oil keeps the crust moist. Many variations include spinach, artichokes, or caramelized onions to add depth without overwhelming the delicate cheese combination. St. Louis-style pizza. Amedeo Fiore introduced this distinctive style in St. Louis during the 1940s at his restaurant. The pizza features an extremely thin, unleavened crust that resembles a large cracker more than traditional bread. Provolone cheese, a processed blend of cheddar, Swiss, and provolone, creates a unique, stretchy texture and tangy flavor. Unlike mozzarella, the crust contains no yeast, making it crisp throughout rather than chewy. St. Louis pizza is cut into small squares rather than triangular slices, a practice that originated from the thin crust's tendency to become too flexible for traditional wedge cuts.